Welcome to Gamers Platform.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very impromptu unboxing. I just got back from the mall, and I was looking to grab myself a new graphics card because last night I did a little bit of research and a little bit of testing, and it turns out that my 390 can be beat out by a 6-year-old 550 Ti. 390, if you don't know, is an AMD graphics card that I've had for a couple years now, and while it was a really good upgrade from what I had previously, it still could not handle, for some reason, Lord of the Rings War in the North, which is a 6-year-old game back in 2011. So, being that I had two GTX 550 Ti's, which is another piece of 6-year-old item, 6-year-old graphics card from EVGA, I happen to have two of them because once Jeremy upgraded his computer, I just took it off his hands because he wasn't going to do anything with it. So I decided to run them in SLI, and lo and behold, the two cards together in SLI mode were able to run not only, I was able to run it, one card by itself, and it ran Lord of the Rings War in the North with little to no stuttering and very infrequent and very rare frame drops, but it ran it beautifully compared to my R9 390, which had graphic loading issues, or texture loading issues I should say, stuttering, frame rate drops, and eventually crashing. Needless to say, either the hardware or the software, I don't know what the problem was, but all I can say is that in SLI, two 550 Ti's, can play Battlefield 4 probably better than my R9 390. Now, that's not to say the 390 doesn't play Battlefield just fine, but I was running those two 6-year-old cards on a semi-modern title on ultra graphics with anti-aliasing turned off. That's literally the settings. You turn off anti-aliasing, it's one setting, and boom. We're talking 1080p gaming on two pieces of hardware that should probably not be able to play it. So it was very disappointing, and so I decided to go out this morning and grab myself a 1060. Now, why the 1060? Well, first of all, it's the 6 gig, so I'm not shortchanging myself here. Secondly, because the 1070 and 1080 are just way out of my price range. The 1070 alone was about it was $400, and I'm not willing to spend that much. The 1060 can range between $250 and $300. They didn't have the one I wanted, which was the PNY XLR8 6 gig 1060 for $270. But they did have one more EVGA 6 gig 1060, and EVGA is usually my go-to people. They're a little bit pricier at $300, but I decided that I was going to bite the bullet because that's just one paycheck for me. That's not that big a deal. Especially since I'm set up really well right now. So this is, again, very impromptu unboxing. I apologize for that long explanation, but there's a reason for it. So very impromptu unboxing, so let's get this thing open, shall we? I'm going to be doing this with one hand, and not my dominant hand. I probably should just switch the camera. Just switch it. I did a lot of research on the 1060 and the 6 gig. They were Digital Foundry, my go-to guys for, info on graphics cards and tech stuff most of the time when it comes to frame rate analysis and whatnot. Had tested the 1060, granted with a 6700K processor, but it was still decent enough to run Rise of the Tomb Raider, I should say, well over 70 frames a second at ultra graphics settings. This is going to be hard, isn't it? Good thing they've got handles on this. Let's do this. See? Eventually, it comes out. There's something there on top. And so, obviously, this is very important. It actually is. The manual you want to keep around. But there she is. There she is. Okay, that's what that was. It was a power splitter. You guys can't see it because it's reflecting, but it's basically a power adapter if you need a 6 and an 8 pin. This, however, I believe only takes one 8 pin, sorry. It takes one 8 pin. Alright, let's just take it out of the box. So the TDP on this graphics card is actually 230 watts, I think. Only requires about a max of a 400 watt power supply. I have a 750 watts, so obviously I'm in good hands. But here we go. Here's the GTX 1060 EVGA SSC, or super clocked, I guess is what that stands for. You know, they like to do their super clocking. It's got no backplate, but I'm okay with that. That's not that big of a deal. To me, anyway. To some people it is, so, I mean, I pity you. But for the connectors, we're looking at a standard DVI. Comes on most graphics cards these days. Still coming on most graphics cards. We got some good ventilation in the back. And then we come with 3 display ports. 1.4, I believe. Take a look at the box here. It's coming with... Like I said, very impromptu unboxing. I just want to double check my facts here. I'm pretty sure it's a DisplayPort 1.4. Yep, DisplayPort 1.4, 3 of those if I'm not mistaken, and an HDMI 2.0. So these are all, that's all the connectors for this graphics card. It's pretty hefty, just like the other one, but as you can see, 8-pin, let me turn this around, sorry. Got one single 8-pin connector. So this is hopefully going to just put all my problems to rest. You know, I've been very disappointed with AMD's. I was very happy when they came out with Crimson. If you don't know what Crimson is their software. And it definitely improves some things, but if my R9 390 can't even efficiently play a 6-year-old game, then what am I doing with it? So I'm going back to NVIDIA, EVGA, my boys, my go-to guys, because that's what the two 550s are. And real quick, so that's the new graphics card. Here's the manual. There. Oh look, what's this? I'm gonna put this on my case right here. I'm just gonna put it on my case. And this nobody uses. Who has a DVD drive in their case anymore, besides my dad? Anyway, so I'm just gonna go over here real quick and show you guys what I was running with. There's the R9 390. Okay, I had an unboxing video for this, and I was gonna do a nice little production, but the video's been sitting in the back burner, and now I don't think I'm gonna release it because I'm switching it out anyway. And there are my two 550 Ti's in SLI configuration, and they run better than that. So, as you can see, it was quite disappointing to say the least when I did my testing last night and did all the research and everything and just made sure that I knew what I was talking about, or understanding, I should say, not talking about. But, yeah, so hopefully better gaming and better streams for you guys. See you later.